Welcome to Friday Flowers. Today, we're going to do a tangle called VLace. So I'm going to make a small frame that follows the outside of my tile with my pencil. It doesn't have to be a perfectly even frame. So, and VLace is a pretty easy tangle to do actually. So what you're going to want to do is make a wide V shape like that. And then you're going to round off here and ink that in. And then you're going to make an aura. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see it better. So 2 auras like that. And then you're going to draw more lines going up, but you're going to go through this band. I know we don't usually draw over lines in Zentangle, but in this instance, we're going to do that. I like to draw just 3 extra lines in. You can draw as many as you want, but I have found that the more lines I have, the messier it looks. And so I just like to have this amount. And then what you're going to want to do is draw a wavy line. You're going to go down, and up. Or you can go up, down, up, down. So, like this. Okay, and that is basic VLace. So, what are we going to do to make it look cool? Well, one of the things that you can do is you can aura this line. Okay, and then what we can also do is add in a stem. So I'm going to try to come from right in this point here and add a stem. And then since it's a plant-ish, I like to put little flicks in there. Okay, and that's VLace. So let's add some more in and do a couple more things with VLace. So I'm also gonna put another V here. And what I'm going to try to do here is kind of like take off and land and connect it a little bit with that. So it looks like it's kind of growing off of it, right? We're going to round and then put our auras. Ink that one in. And then we're going to draw our lines. And do the same thing. And for this one, what we can do is aura it the same way. But then we're going to ink that in. And you can see it gives a little bit of a different look. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to draw another stem here, coming off of here. Let's see. I'll do it off of this one a little bit, right here. And we're going to draw another V. We start off the same way we did before. Oh, I forgot to put my little flicks in here. And if you have room, one of the things that is kind of cute to do is to make a few of these like really kind of whimsical. So, and what you can do is just have like a little line coming off with a circle like this. And then one coming off like that. And what you can also do is you can add in. So we did just a regular aura, and what I like to do for the aura that's not colored in is I do like to darken this line a bit. So I think it gives it a little bit of extra contrast in there. But then what you could do is you can actually mix all these up. You could put little whimsical lines with the dots on the top. I'm not sure if that's got a name on top of these. So it makes it look a lot of fun, I think. And it helps you go over that pencil frame. So, because you know I like to have the frame that's broken up, right? And so now let's shade these. And what I like to do with these is, and for no particular reason, I like to put a little bit of graphite here on the pieces that go up. And then I'm going to take my tortillon and smooth that out a little bit, pulling down a tiny bit, not a lot, but a tiny bit. And then with the pencil that's already on my tortillon, I am going to go, and the one that dips down, I'm going to go on the bottom right here, like that. So we're going the bottom, top, for each of these. All right. And every Zentangle plant or flower needs to have some sparkles around it, right? Because I love the sparkles. I think they add a little bit to it, and they're just so cute. And then we're going to add in our frame. And I like to do my frame with a PN. Whoops. And the reason I do that is because it's very easy to vary the size of your line. So because when you press down hard on it, it'll make a thicker line. When you lighten up, it'll make one that's not so thick. And I just wouldn't do that on a micron with a regular nib. This has a plastic one, so it makes it really easy to do that. So I'm just gonna kind of draw my line and varying my pressure. And of course, I skip where my line's going to touch. And I think that this is actually not going to touch anything. So I'm going to ink that in. And I'm going to stop there today with our VLace.